know if this has ever happened to you. This is a little over 2 years into camping with the Geo Pro. When I came back after my little break, the shower didn't have a lot of pressure, at least it's not as much as it used to. When you would turn the water off, the water pump, you could hear it running for an extended amount of time, sometimes 30 seconds to even a minute, and almost like it was out of water or had air in the system. But I refilled it, made sure there wasn't any air in the system, and I still had that problem. So the pump seems to be fine, but I think it's a filter problem. So let's go take a look. As you come into the Geo Pro, I already pre-loosened the cover. And if we can get a good look in here, this is the main filter, and it comes with a big hex screw. There's also a small filter right underneath there, if you can see that. So my first step is I'm going to shut the water off here and here, perpendicular to the line, and that means they're off. So both of the hot and cold water supply are off. I'm going to use this wrench tool that came with it, and that should just slide right up underneath there. I'm also going to use this big towel because there's a electric motor under there, and I'm sure it's going to leak a little bit. So I'm going to throw this towel and maybe a plastic bag over it just to kind of keep that motor dry. Okay, this filter is really tight, and it has a plastic housing on it. It feels like if I force it, it's going to break. So anybody that's ever done this and changed this filter, throw me a comment below on what you did to take it off. So I'm not going to take that big one off just because it feels like I'm going to break the plastic housing. But I am going to take care of that small one underneath that looks like it might be some kind of filter. I got my towel set up, and this one is a lot easier. Water's off. Oh yeah, it's not pouring out. Yeah, it's mostly just leaking. It's not really gushing out. So let's take a look at this. It's got a bunch of grime in there. It's I dumped a big chunk out, but you can see it's still grimy. So I'm just going to use this toothbrush that I have, and I'm just going to scrub that a little bit. I got it pretty clean. It's about as clean as I can get it with that. We'll get it back on and see how it works. That's on tight. Not really that much water at all came out. So it looks like that filter is pretty clean. So remember before, the water would, when I turned this pump on, the water pump would run for like a minute. So let's see what we got. It's pretty quiet. So now I'm going to test my shower pressure. The shower pressure seems to be holding up really well. What was happening before, it would just slow to a trickle. So I can already tell just that small filter really helped out a lot. You can hear that pump run. And it shut off right away, just after a few seconds. So that's how the system should run. I feel it's not running 100%. I still would like to get that larger filter off if anybody has any tips on that, but probably not best practice, but that's the first time in 2 years I've changed that filter, so no wonder it was plugged. It was pretty gnarly, but now it's running as good as new, so maybe that should be on a checklist of your annual maintenance or quarterly maintenance that you check everything on your vehicle. But now you know. That's it for today. Just a quick little how to fix your RV tip. Thanks for joining me. Jason from Geo Pro Adventures. Peace.